Friday, June 19th. I had to double check that there. I was doing emails earlier and I thought that I had the dates wrong. Let's talk about our fun workout today because it's going to be a good one leading into the weekend. Warm up. What do you think? Range of motion? Of course. Let's get after that. And then we're going to hit 4 rounds, 4 nice big rounds of 25 banded pull aparts. Get those shoulders working. And then we're going to do bear hugs. You may have seen these before. You may not have. Get your hands in the band. We're going to come over the back and we're going to open those shoulder blades. It's a reverse pull apart, really focusing on getting those shoulder blades open. Followed by 10 overhead squats with a bar. Just get that bar overhead. Let's get some good stretching in. Utilize a little bit of that weight. Now, if you do not have a band, grab some weights, whatever you want, dumbbells, change plates, whatever you have. If it's super light, let's get in a reverse fly position. If it's moderately heavy, let's get some single pulls on each side. Unless you have 2, then you can get both arms going. For the bear hug, I would just suggest just doing some big open chest flies, just like this, and then try to hug yourself. Very similar, you just don't have the resistance to counter it. So the goal here, just try to get a nice big hug to yourself. We need more of that anyway. And then overhead squats, just do it with whatever you have. If you have a PVC pipe, that's great. If you want to do it with your dumbbell to get a little work in on your shoulders, add some weight, that's great too. Then we're going to move into a single dumbbell or kettlebell bench. In the gym today, each spot will have their own bench to work out on, okay? We do only have 8, so in the future this may not be as successful. We may have to share down the road if we do bench again once we open up the floor a little bit more. But you will at least, every person will at least have their own bench. And we're going to do 4 sets of max rep single dumbbell bench on each side. If you don't have a bench, for those at home, you're going to do what's called a floor press. So I'm going to demo the floor press and explain what the expectation is for this workout. For those that are going to be on a bench, just imagine I'm on a bench. So we're going to hit floor press, right? You're going to come down. I want this to be somewhat heavy for you. Total rep range doesn't really make a difference, but I mean, this is a 10-pound weight, and I could probably do 1 million of these. So just keep that in mind. But let's say it's heavy enough to where I hit on my right side, which is usually my stronger side, I hit 15 reps. And then I go over to my left side, and I'm only able to hit 10. If you can't get another rep, I want you to pause. I want you to count to 10. And then I want you to finish out whatever reps is the difference between your right side. So in this case, it's 5. So I'll do 5 more on my left, equaling 15 on each side. And so I'm actually building up that same strength on my weaker side. Doing the same amount of work, just in a little different time frame. So we're going to hit 4 sets of that. And just rest as needed after each full set. A full set being max on your right, and then max on your left. Rest as needed. If you don't have any dumbbells or kettlebells, you can do this with a kettlebell as well, but if you don't have any of that, you're going to do max tempo push-ups, 4 sets, with a 3-second count down, 3-second count up, and see how many you can get. If it's 10, that's great. Tempos really help you build balance, stability, and strength. That's why it's there. So take advantage of that if you don't have any equipment today. Hit those push-ups. It'll be good for you. And, my favorite one this week, y'all. I know we've been expecting it. I hope you have. We're going to do Karen. Yes, Karen. If you don't know what Karen is, it's 150 wall balls for time. Only this time we do have a twist. And if you've been keeping tabs on what we've been doing with these kind of gut check workouts, we've done that. So last time we did 100 wall balls, and each time you broke, you had to do 10 burpees. This time, we're going to do 150 wall balls, but each time you break, it's 15 box jumps. The goal here is to push beyond your comfort zone. I can tell you, based on workouts we've done with wall balls and box jumps, i.e. Kelly, 400-meter run with 30 wall balls, 30 box jumps, 5 rounds. It's miserable. We will do that one soon too, just so you know. Box jumps start taking a toll on you when you're breaking. So I would recommend trying to push out of your comfort zone a little bit to minimize your overall breaking and having to do box jumps. If that means you use a 10-pound ball, so be it. It's 150 reps. You're going to have to break at some point, most likely. Unless you normally throw a 20 and you go to a 10, I don't recommend that. Base it off what you did last time. We have some people in here that were able to do 100 unbroken. We have some that were able to do really high rep and maybe break once. So keep that in mind as you're going along. You remember how those burpees felt. Box jumps are going to be similar because you're having to utilize some explosiveness to get up. So I want you to be careful jumping too. Take a minute. That first jump, especially if you're not breaking strategically, you're more trying to get as far as you can, is going to be tough. For those that don't have a med ball, grab your dumbbell. Grab a single dumbbell. Let's do 150 dumbbell thrusters. Same rule applies. Each break is 15 box jumps. If you don't have a box at your house, we're going to do 15 object-facing jumps. Yeah, jump over an object. I mentioned it in the no equipment zone. So drop your kettlebell, face it, jump, turn, jump. Not quite as explosive, but it still breaks it up a little bit, still keeps you breathing a little bit, still be a good workout. And if you don't have any equipment today, you're going to do 300 air squats for time. And any break, same thing, 15 jumps over an object. And I'm going to qualify any break with an air squat, anything that's longer than a pause. That doesn't make sense. What did I say in here? Any amount of pause in the squat is a break. So if you're squatting like this, oh, I'm at 76, 77, that's a break right there. Got to keep moving, okay? You can slow it down. That's not pausing. But if you pause in the top or the bottom, that is a break and you are penalized. If you want to vary it up, instead of doing 300 air squats, you can grab an odd object and do 150 odd object squats, holding it however you want. If it's something big, you can hold it here, hold it on your shoulder, hold it on your back, and just get that going. If it's something smaller, maybe you do it as a thruster, just like the dumbbell one. Cool? Should be fun. I can't wait to see it. And then when we're done with that, I think that's enough work for the day. We can stretch out a little bit if you have the time, but also you can utilize the ROMWOD at your house. Use the link in the SugarWOD app. And let's have a good Friday. Looking forward to the weekend.